good to see you. We're getting back to basics today. I want to talk about the retirement bucket strategy. We've all heard about it before. And of course, everyone wants sustainable income in retirement. And the retirement bucket strategy divides your savings according to time horizon and purpose. So let's start high level. How does the bucket strategy work?
Yeah, so very simply, the bucket strategy is just looking at what we generally refer to as three different time periods, right? One would be your short-term bucket, which is in that 0 to 5 or 1 to 3 year range. And then you've got a middle bucket that's in that 6 to 10 year, 4 to 7 year window. And then you've got a long-term bucket, which are assets that are set aside for retirement spending much later in your retirement
All
picture.
right, then let's dive into then specifics. I want to talk about this first bucket. What's in our short-term bucket?
So it's generally helpful when you're just getting into retirement to have some sum of money that is set aside into easily accessible, safe and liquid assets. So whether that be a savings or a checking account or a money market account or something that is just readily available to you at any point in an emergency fund, or if you've got it earmarked for upcoming larger expenses, that's going to be the first bucket that we refer to.
And this bucket is really important because it protects us from sequence risk. Can you explain that, please?
Absolutely. Sequence risk is probably the biggest financial risk in a retirement picture, which would be if you experience large market losses early on in your retirement life, it's difficult to ever make back in return, what was given up at that time. So if you're keeping enough in your liquid assets that you don't have to sell stocks at a significant loss, or you don't have to sell bond funds at a significant loss, then you can allow those funds to grow back as the market rebounds, and you don't have to worry about selling low.
I see. Okay. So now let's talk about our second bucket here, the intermediate bucket. What's in here and what's its purpose?
So a lot of times in that intermediate bucket, that middle bucket, we're looking for some sort of guaranteed income, whether that be through dividends or interest, or, by using a fixed annuity or a fixed indexed annuity that has a guaranteed income rider. Basically, you're just setting aside a very certain, a very known income number to dip into, that 5-6 years down the line in order to provide that guaranteed income for a period of time.
I see. Okay. And then last, of course, we have our long-term bucket. And this bucket has become increasingly important simply because we are living longer. Our retirement years may be as long as our working years.
That's absolutely correct. And a lot of people think of, I get to retirement and then I want to be as conservative as I can be and just hold on to everything. And that's fine. But at the same time, like we talk about, inflation is still a thing that's not really slowing down here. And so you want to still have the ability to achieve long-term growth of your financial assets. So these may be investments that are a little more aggressive in nature because you're not planning to dip into them anytime soon. So you're looking for that long-term, value of investing by allowing those to continue to grow. And then you'll have a larger nest egg to dip into when the time comes down the line if you need to dip into those assets.
Right. Okay. Well, it's helpful to talk this through because, again, it's one of those strategies I've heard about a lot, but it's nice to hear it explained why it's important. If somebody has questions about whether their money is properly divided, how can they reach you?
So they can see us on our website, icanburyretirement.com. There is a link there on our homepage to schedule an appointment directly. Or they can reach us by phone, 937-498-1128. We run meetings here in our office as well as virtually and over the phone, so they can reach out at any time.
Great. Luke, thank you.
Thank you.